breaking. CNN reports Saudis, it is CNN, preparing to admit that Mr. Jamal Khashoggi was killed in an interrogation gone wrong. CNN reported on Monday, just minutes ago, that Saudi Arabia is preparing to report in which they admit that Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post columnist who went missing earlier this year, was killed in an interrogation gone wrong. So see, how do they deny it if it's a rogue group in their own agency like the king had told Trump? Khashoggi, that makes them look even weaker if they're not in control, see? A prominent Saudi dissident went missing after walking into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul on October 2nd. Turkish officials said they have proof he was murdered and dismembered by a team of Saudi agents, a charge the Saudi government vehemently denied. But see, now they learn, no, it was your government. Per CNN, however, the Saudis are preparing a report admitting that they intended to abduct and bring Khashoggi back to Saudi Arabia, but that he was inadvertently killed in the process. The report is intended, per CNN, to absolve the Saudi government responsibility for the murder by claiming the operation was not cleared. So, again, the rogue situation showing Trump knows what was going on, has exposed it, so they're actually confirming the rogue scenario.
Okay, Matt Bracken, I'm back for the rest of this hour. And the call-in number is 877-789-2539. 877-789-2539. And we'll be taking calls in a bit. You know, to wrap up this Khashoggi thing, the novelist in me looks at this and just really marvels because it's got so many elements of a thriller or a spy movie. If everybody here, presumably, if you're watching this show, you've seen the movie with Gene Hackman called Enemy of the State. This involves somebody accidentally filming a hit, and then the flash drive, I believe, with the information on it is passed to a friend. I believe that's Denzel Washington. And the next thing you know, the NSA is chasing after everybody that might have this damaging information. So in this case, you've got Khashoggi wearing an Apple Watch into the consulate, and it's synced up to record to the smartphone that is left outside, either with his fiance or somebody else. Then the smartphone, maybe that gets handed to somebody else, or maybe the information is sent automatically in real time to the cloud somewhere. And we might, in this 2 weeks since this happened, have this big chase for this information, because it could conceivably have the voice of Khashoggi being tortured and murdered and possibly sawed up, if you can imagine. Now, if the Turks had it and they wanted to damage Saudi Arabia, they could release it or they could hold it back for blackmail purposes. Or the big actors, the USA, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, they might all be trying to figure out who really did the hit and what does King Salman have to do with it, because if it was a rogue element doing this to take down the king, they won't want that to happen. But imagine what big stakes these are. Imagine you're like the friend of the fiance and you're holding this smartphone right now with the images and the sounds on it. It would be a terrifying time running around Europe and the Middle East trying to stay one step ahead of how many intel agency assassins. I mean, it's right out of a James Bond or a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, it seriously is. And maybe this is a lesson from this is, don't look at the first level. The first level is, the bad, evil Saudis sent a hit team to kill this guy in the consulate. Maybe that's true. The Saudis are not known for having the highest national IQ. But seriously, would you do that when it's going to obviously blow back in your face? This is like pulling a pin on a grenade and holding it up to your chest. It's just so self-destructive. Maybe it happened that way. Maybe this is a Turkish play. Maybe the guy did get out and nobody has it on film. But I tend to think that he came out in a couple of suitcases and is never going to be found. He's probably fed the jackals in the desert somewhere on the flight back to Saudi Arabia. But it's a dirty business, but it's very interesting, and I'm going to be interested to see how this unfolds over the coming days.
Matt Bracken, we know how it's unfolding right now. The best thinking of my good sources, the Pentagon, even Steve Pachenik, is Why would the Saudis do this at somebody else's embassy in Turkey, who they're basically in conflict with 15 guys? It's the worst place ever to kill somebody. It'd be perfect for a diplomatic crisis. It's just like Trump can't even run 2 or 3 levels deep his own White House with the leaks. And as you pointed out, the CIA, the Justice Department moles, the stay-behind networks that are there doing all this, those are really, really great points. But here it is. This is coming out, the Washington Post, you name it, breaking. CNN reports Saudis, it is CNN, preparing to admit that Mr. Jamal Khashoggi was killed in an interrogation gone wrong. CNN reported on Monday, just minutes ago, that Saudi Arabia is preparing to report in which they admit that Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post columnist who went missing earlier this year, was killed in an interrogation gone wrong. So see, how do they deny it if it's a rogue group in their own agency like the King had told Trump? Khashoggi, that makes them look even weaker if they're not in control, see? A prominent Saudi dissident went missing after walking into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul on October 2nd. Turkish officials said they have proof he was murdered and dismembered by a team of Saudi agents, a charge the Saudi government vehemently denied. But see, now they learn, no, it was your government. Per CNN, however, the Saudis are preparing a report admitting that they intended to abduct and bring Khashoggi back to Saudi Arabia, but that he was inadvertently killed in the process. The report is intended, per CNN, to absolve the Saudi government responsibility for the murder by claiming the operation was not cleared. So, again, the rogue situation showing Trump knows what was going on, has exposed it, so they're actually confirming the rogue scenario. CNN's Arma Damon reported that Istanbul, that's Turkey, the report will be most likely conclude that operation was carried out without clearance and transparency and that those involved be held responsible. So we've got false flags being admitted here. Daman added that the Saudis' report is still being prepared and could change, which, who knows, means CNN's putting a spin that they admit it, but really the spin is that it was rogue, like we said, because Key Bono, who fits into that to derail Trump's larger plan to stabilize the Middle East versus the globalist plan of destabilization. So you notice these provisos by CNN show them continually, just like on Trump set to declassify evidence they were trying to set him up. He now has that leverage against him to make the deep state capitulate, but will they really capitulate? Instead, they spin things like this. The Real Red Pill Plus, ladies and gentlemen. Our team is constantly on the lookout for newer and better ways to improve our products. That's why we're bringing you a brand new version of one of the newest fan favorite products, the Real Red Pill Plus. The Real Red Pill Plus is an all-new version of the powerhouse Pregnenolone product. It features the same great formula that supports your heart, brain, healthy aging process with an all-new natural caffeine boost included. A powerful Pregnenolone base, the Real Red Pill, has quickly become one of our fellow InfoWarriors' favorite products. Now, with an extra proprietary energy blend inside, including green tea extract, yerba mate leaf extract, and more, you can get that extra pick-me-up while supporting your mind and body in a healthy way. It's got all the great stuff that Real Red Pill has, but it's also got the boost in it. Get the Real Red Pill Plus at InfoWarsStore.com.